How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the Crypto Unveiled channel. In today's video, we'll be looking at a moderately sized altcoin which I believe has the potential to skyrocket to the very top of the cryptocurrency markets. Of course, if you guys are new around here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button as we post regular crypto content. And of course, guys, like I say in every single video, this is not financial advice. This is strictly entertainment purposes only. So make sure you go out and do your own research and come to your own conclusion before investing into any coins or tokens that I mention in my videos. With that out of the way, let's get straight into the video. So you haven't guessed it already, today's video is of course going to be about Hedera, or HBAR for short. Make sure you guys do watch the whole video and watch to the very end, because I will actually be going over my personal price prediction for Hedera, as well as a few different categories which I believe basically all the people watching this video will actually fall into one of the categories which I'll talk about. And of course, in each of those different categories, I'll be going over the price prediction as well as the market cap prediction as well. So yeah, the first part of the video here, we just look over a few different statistics about Hedera, then we get into what Hedera is all about, and then of course last part of the video I'll look at a few price predictions like I just said. So you can see the current price for Hedera is just over 4.5 cents. You can see over the last day it's down, just 0.13%. Last 7 days, 2.7%. The last month it's actually been down 7.15%, and over the last year it's actually had quite a significant dip of just under 24% on the yearly thing. You can see if we switch to the all-time chart, you can see that actually all-time Hedera is actually still down, which means, this is probably one of the few tokens which, if you actually did buy Hedera early, you would actually still be down. However, a lot of people might see this as a negative. However, me personally, I see this as, a great buying opportunity for people who do actually want to get into Hedera. And of course, we are still super early into Hedera. And I hope by the end of this video, you will also be bullish about Hedera. So yeah, like I said, many people see it as a negative. However, I see it as a buying opportunity. And if you actually do look at the chart here, you can see at how much of a huge spike it actually did have in the 2021 bull run. Hitting an all-time high of just over 47.5 cents per Hedera. You can see the current market cap of Hedera is actually just sitting at just over $1.56 billion. So that's why at the start of the video here I called it a sort of moderately big altcoin. You can see the 24-hour volume is actually down 14% at just over $21.5 million as well. You can see that the current circulating supply of Hedera, or HBAR, is sitting just over 33.5 billion coins, and you can actually see that the current circulating supply is actually 67% of the total, or the max supply, which is of course, as you can see here, 50 billion Hedera. You can see the fully diluted market cap is also sitting at just over $2.33 billion as well. Now let's jump on to the next part of the video here, so we'll actually be talking about what actually is Hedera. I'm trying to put it simply for Hedera, you can't really put Hedera very simply. You can't really sum up sort of their main purpose, because they have so many different features and purposes of this coin, and this is one of the main reasons why I'm so bullish on Hedera, as well as a lot of other people are also bullish on Hedera. They not only have one main goal, but they have many different goals, and they sort of all encompass it into one one sort of ecosystem, which is why so many people are, like I said, bullish about Hedera, because they cover so many different aspects within the cryptocurrency markets or ecosystem. I would say probably their main focus, which I would say, however many people might disagree with me here, is probably about allowing developers, they actually have tools available for developers to use to actually build their own dApps, decentralized apps, or very recently they've actually also added, as you can see here, now available, tools for developers to actually build their own stable coins on the Hedera platform, which is just absolutely insanely cool. I mean, I've seen a lot of other cryptos, like I said, actually I'm not sure if I said it, I've seen a lot of cryptos allow developers to easily build stuff on their platforms. However, like I said, with Hedera, they not only have this sort of main feature, but they also have many different features, which I'll get into in a second here, which actually does make Hedera sort of stand out from the crowd. If we scroll down a little bit more here, you can see that it's actually had already just a few different statistics here. 3.7 million mainnet accounts created already, 143.4 million transactions just in the last 24 hours, guys, which is absolutely crazy. It's got 3.78 seconds to consensus finality. It's got, insanely low average cost per transaction, which is, absolutely massive in the crypto space. If your coin does not have a low average cost per transaction, then, to put it very simply, people will not use your coin. I mean, like I say, I've said this in many videos before, many people stopped using cryptocurrency in the bull run for transactions such as, big ones such as Bitcoin and Ethereum, because of the cost per transaction was so insanely high. Especially with Ethereum, I remember at the height of the bull market, it was sometimes up to $100 just to send some Ethereum. So basically, if you were, even if you're sending a lot of money, it still might not be worth it. But if you were sending anything under sort of, under $1,000, a 10% fee just to send your money, which is absolutely ridiculous, which is why so many people stop using the crypto altogether, or they would actually switch over to an alternative, just, showing again how important average cost per transaction is, just to keep it low. And of course, it's got a very low average kilowatt per hour transaction as well, which of course is insanely important as well, with, many different people also focusing on the environment as well with cryptocurrency, because of course we do know that Bitcoin uses a hell of a lot of energy for their mining. You can see they've also worked with, don't quote me, I'm not sure, 100% sure, but I'm sure that they've worked with or partnered with all of these different companies, one or the other, and you can see some absolute massive names in here. EDF, which is huge in Britain, where I live, of course. They've got Google, LG. They've got Boeing, of course, all of these, Ubisoft, all of these companies are absolutely huge, and for Hedera to already be, partnered with them or working with them in some aspect, it's just absolutely massive for Hedera. Of course, it also gives a very detailed description about Hedera, but I believe I gave a sort of simplified answer to Hedera. However, I did not actually look at all the different other features of Hedera, of course. So like I said, Hedera has sort of the main feature of Hedera, which I believe, of course, correct me in the comments section if I am wrong, but their main sort of feature is to provide developers with tools to build stable coins or dApps, decentralized apps, on the Hedera ecosystem. But like I said, they've also got many other different features, which is why so many people are drawn to Hedera. You can see here, you can also use Hedera for DeFi, NFTs, decentralized identity, payment, sustainability, and decentralized logs. So all of these other features, I won't go into them too in depth, but I'm sure a lot of the different names here can sort of, speak for themselves here. But they've also got many different features as well, which, like I said, which is why so many people are actually drawn to Hedera. They go into a little bit more detail here and actually give examples of developers which have already used Hedera to build these different applications and platform. You can see Web3 ecosystem applications are already built on Hedera or powered by Hedera here. You can see, you can just scroll through and there's you can see there's already 6 here built already on Hedera, and they've also got enterprise applications as well, which is absolutely huge. You can see LG, like I said, an absolute massive company, are already being powered by Hedera, which is just absolutely crazy to me. And a lot of people will be saying, Hedera already has a huge market cap of over $1.56 billion. However, in the grand schemes of things, in the aspects of cryptocurrency, this is still insanely low for a coin or a crypto that has the potential of Hedera. I do believe that this market cap is still very, very low, which we'll get into a little bit more, which we'll talk about a bit more about the market cap in a second here when we get into price predictions. If we look at the sort of Hedera, the actual token itself, you can see here it says incredibly fast, predictably low fees, and finality in seconds here. It also talks about network fuel, network protection, and they've also got a very nice pie chart here with a treasury management report as well. So very simple and easy for you guys to look at itself here, and you can see how it's actually split up here. So you've got 33.33% in unallocated supply. They've got 23.9% in ecosystem and open source development. They've got 7.74% in initial development costs and licensing. They've got 22.26% in purchase agreements. And the last one here, they've got 14.77% in network governance and operations as well. And of course, this obviously does add up to 100%. And it just does, it gives you a very transparent and good look at Hedera as well. And of course, it says here you can also read the full report about Hedera as well. If you want to head over to hedera.com/HBAR, you will actually be able to read the full report on how the actual, how the allocation is actually split up in more detail, like I said. So now jumping on to the final part of the video here, which I'm sure a lot of people will be waiting for, because I know a lot of people like to look at, coins sort of predictions. So like I said, I'll go over these. I've got 4 different categories here, which I believe that many people, or if not all of the people watching this video, will actually fall into at least one of them. And then the last part of the video, I'll just go over my personal price prediction on what sort of category I'm looking at with Hedera. So at the top here, I've got HBAR current market cap $1.5 billion, like I said at the start, and HBAR current price is sitting at just over 4.6 cents per Hedera. You can see that I've put short-term predictions, so holding 2 to 3 months. These are for people who, do slightly believe in Hedera, however they're sort of looking for, just a little bit of short-term gains with Hedera. I've put gains prediction for holding Hedera for 2 to 3 months because we actually are coming up towards Christmas time, and Christmas time historically, however, it's not guaranteed, of course. Nothing's guaranteed in crypto, but historically, towards Christmas time, people do like to put a little bit more money into the cryptocurrency market, so I hope we do start to see that very soon. I put gains prediction, just a very low one, 1.5x, because of course we are only holding a very short period of time here. Price prediction will be up to 0.069 cents or dollars per Hedera, and the market cap will actually be sitting at just around $2.25 billion. So like I said, these are for the people who, they like Hedera, however, they're not there for the long run. They're just looking to hold it for a short period of time, towards Christmas time. Like I said, hopefully a good amount of funds will be pumped into the cryptocurrency markets. And these people will probably, get their gains, get a little bit of profit, and will actually exit Hedera. I've also put the next category here will actually be longer term predictions. So this will be holding 3 to 12 months. For this, I put gains prediction 3x. Because of course they are holding for 3 to 12 months. This I'm sure a lot of people will be saying in the comment section. This is quite a big gap. I would say maybe more towards the sort of year side would be looking towards the 3x, and then 3 to 6 sort of months would be looking towards more the 1.5x sort of side. I put the price prediction, if it was actually to hit this market cap of $4.5 billion, you'll be looking at price per Hedera of 0.138 cents or dollars per coin. For the longer term prediction, I believe these people are also just mainly focused on profit again, because they're not holding for an insanely huge time. However, they do believe in Hedera, of course, much stronger than the short term prediction category there. The next category here, I've put long term predictions, so holding for 1 to 2 years. For the gains predictions, I've put 10x gains. So price prediction, if it was actually to hit this 10x gain, would be 0.46 cents per Hedera, and the market cap would actually be sitting at around $15 billion. Which, do I believe this can happen for Hedera? 100%. I do believe that a $15 billion market cap for Hedera is still super low. I believe that Hedera can hit a much higher market cap than that, and like I said, long-term prediction, so these are for people who strongly believe in Hedera. They are holding, of course, anyone in the cryptocurrency market is of course looking for profit at some point, but they are super strong believer in Hedera, and they're holding for 1 to 2 years. And hopefully these people will actually see a big amount of gains, and hopefully towards in 1 to 2 years we should hopefully start to see or already be in a bull market. I'm hoping, of course, nobody knows when the next bull market is actually going to be happening. However, fingers crossed that the bull market does actually start to at least start to ramp up towards a bull market out of the bear market in the next sort of year time. However, a lot of people will be speculating when that is actually going to be happening. So maybe if the bull run does actually happen in the next 1 to 2 years, we could actually be seeing a much higher gains than 1.5, 3, 10. Hopefully be seeing a much higher gains than that. The final category here is for people who are extremely passionate about Hedera. They believe in Hedera, maybe even holding Hedera as their top spot in their portfolio. So I put extreme long-term prediction. Holding for these are for the people who are holding 2 to 5 years. I put gains prediction of up to 50x on the current price. If it was actually to 50x from the current price of today, it would actually be looking at a price prediction of $2.3 per Hedera, and the market cap would be sitting at around $75 billion. So once again, do I believe that this can actually happen? 100% I believe this can happen, because like I've said, I'm super bullish on Hedera. They not only have one sort of, they have one main sort of goal, but they've also got many different features which I believe people will actually be using. And, you know, like it said here, as we looked at the different applications, big companies and, you know, small developers are already using Hedera. So I believe once Hedera gets even more popularity, more and more people will be, you know, on it. And like I said, hopefully in the next sort of 1 to 2 years, we should start to already be in a bull market. And so a lot more money will be pushed in. So, you know, a $75 billion market cap might not even be that crazy. We might even see Hedera hit a, you know, 100 or 200 billion dollar market cap once a lot of money gets pushed into the markets. Because like I said, we are, of course, if you guys have been crypto for a long time, you would know, of course, all coins have dropped in the last year, because of course we are in a bear market. So a lot of funds have been pulled out. So when a lot of crypto YouTubers do these predictions, and people will be saying, oh no, there's no way it's going to hit this market cap, that's way too much money, that's way too high for the thing, you've got to understand, and you've got to, you know, you've got to think, you know, this is without, you know, you're looking at these numbers and looking at the sort of the rankings in the cryptocurrency. If we look at the rankings here, if we go over here, you'll be looking at the market caps and be saying, oh, $75 billion is, you know, in between Tether and BNB. However, like I said, once money, a lot of money starts getting pushed back into the cryptocurrency market, we might even be starting to see, you know, Bitcoin over $1 to $2 billion, and then suddenly all these other altcoins will also be pumped up, and $75 billion market cap will not be looking that crazy anymore. So what is my personal price prediction on Hedera? So of course, like I've explained many times throughout this video, of course I'm super bullish about Hedera because of, like I've said, it has an all-encompassing sort of ecosystem which covers every single sort of aspect of cryptocurrency. So people can use Hedera and, you know, use many of these different features for different problems, and, you know, to find the solutions for different problems which they might have in the cryptocurrency market, which, you know, with a coin that, you know, uses many different features, of course that will, you know, bring a lot more people and, you know, gain a lot more popularity because of just the amount of different, you know, different sectors and fields in the cryptocurrency. Of course this is going to be bringing a lot more people than, for example, another coin which is just focused on one, for example Casper, which is mainly just focused on transactions. Casper can only bring in people who want to use the coin for transactions. However, HBAR can bring in people who want to use the coin for transactions. It can bring in developers. It can bring in bigger companies. It can bring in people who want to use NFTs. It can bring in, you know, people who want to do DeFi, decentralized identity, decentralized logs, sustainability, payments, all these different things. You know, it can just, you know, it has basically its hand in all of these different things. And like I said, it will just gain popularity a lot faster than a coin which is just solely focused on one. So my personal price prediction on Hedera, I believe I'll be sitting in between longer term prediction and long term prediction. So I'm looking to sort of hold Hedera, maybe, basically I want to hold Hedera until the next bull run. So whenever that is basically when I will be looking to sell Hedera. So like I said, hopefully it will be in the next 1 to 2 years. So I'll be in between these sort of categories, maybe sort of more towards the long-term prediction. And for me personally, getting out of Hedera, I'll be looking at probably around 10 to 15x. And like I said, hopefully we will start to, you know, be in a bull run in the next 1 to 2 years. Because I will only be selling off Hedera in the sort of towards the height of the next bull run, and, you know, start to, you know, looking at taking profits towards the, you know, the height of the next bull run. Of course, no one knows when this is, but I will be for sure holding Hedera until then. So yeah, I'll be looking at around 46 cents to around 60 cents price for Hedera before I consider selling off my Hedera and taking profit. And of course, like I said in a previous video, then I'll wait for the bull run to be over, and then I'll actually be buying Hedera back in the next bear market. So that is my personal price sort of prediction and strategy for Hedera. So apart from that, guys, I'd like to thank you very much for watching the video. Of course, let me know down in the comment section down below what you think about Hedera. How long are you guys going to be holding Hedera? Are you in it for an extremely long term, or are you just holding it for, you know, the next 2 to 3 months short term? So yeah, just let me know what category you're in, how long you're holding it for, and what is your sort of price prediction for Hedera, and when are you going to be like exiting? What is your sort of exit price for Hedera? Apart from that, I'd like to thank you very much for watching the video, like I've just said. If you did enjoy, make sure you do hit that like button, and of course, if you're new around here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button as well. Apart from that, I'll see you guys in the very next video. Peace.